One. Hey, everybody. My name's Albert Corey from Corey Associate Accounting, aka the Tax Man, the Business Income Strategist. Any way that I can put money in your pocket. We're also going to try to put this live on Facebook. So let's see how this is going to work. But anyways, we always put awesome shows all together. By the way, I do stuff on the fly, guys. So if stuff happens, it happens. And this is live show. I don't do no notes, so it's the way it goes. I'm also trying to do something cool where I'm doing a live stream directly through Facebook. I've never did this. All right, here you go. Go live. So go live anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so now we're live on Facebook, guys. Everybody have any questions or comments, post it. We are now with Miss Patty Grover, baby. She is the gold specialist. She's going to weave whatever your thoughts, whatever you're thinking, and she's going to make you become the top person. But let me tell you something pretty cool. She's from Maine, and Maine's a little cold, and I'm in Florida. And by the way, if you hear a little bit of commotion, this is a live tax office. You know, in the middle of the pandemic, I even got my little pandemic see people hat here. So we're out here to help you. And even today's market and economy. So if you hear interruptions, it's because my office is here. This is an office in Hialeah, Florida. So let me tell you a little something pretty cool. Real quick, you have to go and hang out with groups on Facebook. And me and Miss Patty here have a mutual cool friend, Miss Angel, which Angel I met in a group. And one thing I will tell you, you're only 3 feet, or actually in today's pandemic way, 1 mouse click away from meeting awesome people. So Miss Patty, please tell us what you do and give us a little intro on how you are or who you are.
Okay, well, everybody calls me Patty because it's just easy and it's a comfortable thing. But I am Patricia Jo Grover, the goal achievement strategist. I help people from the process of weaving their dreams all the way through to achieving them. And what I mean by weaving them is so many people, when they have a dream or goal, they don't know how to articulate it and break it down and put it all together and learn how to make the smarter plans to put them into place so they can go into action to achieve those dreams and goals. Because it takes curiosity, it takes the courage, and it takes consistency to follow through. And some people need that person, that coach, that mentor there to guide them through the process.
All right. Now, I know we're in this crazy pandemic time, so I have a crazy question. How do you get somebody excited? You know, I mean, we're in crazy times that everybody's on lockdown. Nobody goes out. People think that I'm crazy that I go walking every day. What's the couple of things you can tell somebody today that's like watching this or hearing this later, how you still got dreams? Okay, you can still achieve whatever you want. Okay, so how would you tell that in today's crazy times to people, to our audience?
Well, what I would say is necessity is the mother of invention. So you may have had a dream or goal that you were going after before. Right now, we're not sure what's ahead of us, but you need to plan and put in your plan for detours and skirting around and finding another way to get there if you already had that dream or goal. So that is taking this time to do research and see what else is available. But going back to saying, Mother Nature has caused issues, but necessity has caused us opportunity. Actually, it's given us opportunity because crisis causes us to have to go other ways.
Right.
So that crisis is creating necessities that we are going to need, whether it be new products, new services, new businesses that we never knew we had before. So people should be looking at those things and saying, if you're sitting at home and you're saying, oh man, boy, wouldn't it be nice to have this or be able to do this? take a look at that and see if it is something. Even if people are looking now, if they had a business that they're not even sure that they're going to be able to keep open. So that's what I would say.
Want to laugh when you say that? Look at this. I mean, this is the Corona, this is the tax mask. But guess what? Tell me if I'm not right, there's opportunities out there. Because somebody who went walking around and took the initiative went walking around in our offices yesterday. So wouldn't you say this is like, even though you're stuck in the house, I mean, my thing is, tell me to quit watching Netflix and start dreaming.
Right. And also to add to that, Albert, is again, some people have never really allowed themselves to dream. They've been raising families and doing all this stuff, but haven't said, I might be able to do this if I put my mind to it. Or people have had a job or career their whole life. And then, I have people that when they go into retirement, they're turning their hobby into a income for them. But under this circumstance, there's so much to sit back and look, okay, this would be nice. We need this, and start putting a plan together on how you can do that. Just like you said, with the mass, I mean, there are so many things.
And tell me, all right, so now, if I'm locked in my house, I know the answer, and I know you do because we have the same mind thought. What's a couple of simple ways you would feel that they can work on their dream? Say, I have a thought. How could you work on your dream like today? How could you start? Okay, bam, you're watching us on Facebook, and now, boom, I have a dream. What would you be your number one thing to start if you were to say somebody, you're the dream expert? What would be your first step in today's crazy society to go forward?
Actually, Albert, I have a gift today, or actually several gifts today for all the people who are watching. So if they text the word GOAL, GOAL, to the number 866-926-4020, I have an assignment for them to do. So they do the assignment and get it back to me, and I will schedule an hour consultation with them so that the information that they put on there, that will help me guide them. And I have also on that special promotion, because I have written a book about goal achievement. I've written a book about it. And so who I have on my website, patriciajogrover.com, they can go on my website and they can pre-order, because my first book is sold out from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. So I have people putting pre-orders in now for the second edition. And if they do a pre-order of the second edition of the book, I will email them. If I get their email, I will email them an audiobook, like an audiobook of the first copy, so that they can get started right away, because my book is actually written as a tool. So at the end of each chapter, there's assignments to help them get there. So anybody listening today can get started in that process if they follow if they text GOAL.
Sure.
And what we were saying before, I know you wanted to say something, so go ahead and say that. But then I have another exciting
things is this is going out on Facebook too. So what I want you to do in a few minutes, just so the people on Facebook, if you could later, after this is done, go on the feed and put how to get a hold of, how to get your book. So just put it in the feed.
On Facebook, yeah. Yes.
Okay, let me ask you a crazy question.
By all means.
Thank you. Now, let me ask you a question. Yeah. I know Golds is cool. How did you become the Gold Lady?
Well, actually, anybody who would like to see my story, because I actually just had a magazine that I was featured on the cover, and my story is in the magazine. So what I will do is when I put the post on for how to contact me, I'll put the link in there that has my whole story that's in the magazine. Basically, how I can say I'm the goal achievement strategist is because I had a life that was a bunch of lemons, and I made lemonade out of my life. And I have gone from places that, you know, my life, I would say some people would say that they couldn't even conceive the life that I had, let alone believe it. So instead of trying to, you know, tell the whole story, I originally, for this article that is in this magazine, I had sat down and written out my whole life story. And I got like 3,500 words, just, you know, trying to be concise, and I still missed stuff, but that was just so to get to what is in this article. So, and really dug down and made it so that it makes it, people understand the process of why I can say, and after you read that article, you'll understand why I can say I'm the goal achievement strategist.
What would be, all right, what would be a couple of tips? Because as I start to do this, this is an education, business, you know, getting successful. I mean, we're the Taxman Show and an income stream specialist.
Yeah.
It's all the same. What are a couple of simple tips that people can start to do now? Whoever's watching this can start now to start achieving their best goals ever.
Okay. Well, you have to have that dream. You have to know what you're going after. Okay. So that's the biggest thing. Okay. Is really knowing, because you got to know where you want to be and what you want to achieve. So that's it. And I'll come back to that in just a second. Okay. But you also know where you're starting from. You have to know what skills you have, what weaknesses you have, what opportunities you have, and what threats you have of where you are currently and what's going on with you and your life and everything. So those are things you need to know. You need to know where you're starting from and where you want to be, just like a GPS system. So now's the time to really decide that, because once you figure out where you want to be, then it's just figuring out the steps in between to build the map and to be able to get there. So then I want to talk to, when you're saying about the dream and where somebody wants to go, I do a thing with my clients that I work with, and it's called sensory vision. Okay, so let's just say, for an example, when you're thinking of your goal, let's just say your goal was to buy a house and live somewhere in the Caribbean. Okay, we'll just say that's for an example. Okay, you have to, you know, really, I mean, so when I say sensory, you have to be able to see it in your mind, see the floor plan layout, see the view of the scenery out your window. You know, you have to see all those things. So you have to be able to see that. But you also have to smell it. You have to be able to smell the tropical breeze blowing.
Smell the rose.
You know, right, you have to do that. You have to be able to taste it. You have to be able to taste you sipping that cocktail sitting out on your veranda. Or, you know, you have to be able to, all these things, see it, feel it, smell it, touch it. You have to be able to feel your toes in the sand. You know, you have to be able to feel that feeling. You know, and the feelings also is the emotional feeling of it. How will you feel when you are sitting at that house out on the beach, looking at the views of the palm trees, swinging in the breeze? If that's your goal, you have to have all those sensory visions to, when you achieve that goal, what it's going to be. And you have to you have to have that in front of you, even if you even say those were the things, even in your office. So Albert, pretend this was you and this was your dream or goal.
Okay.
I would recommend that you have a car freshener or whatever in your off,
Very good. So what you're
have
saying is to visualize it. Okay, let me make it simple for my
yeah,
to people listening to it. So basically, if I'm going to be on the ocean beach, all right, and I'm sitting in my office, I need to go on YouTube and have that tropical or that Hawaiian, that tropical music. Don't want to go to
you have to,
Disney World, right? If they go on their big thing, hi ho, it's off to play we go, right?
right.
Or Gilligan,
Okay.
dun, 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 dun,
So, like a little thing under your desk with sand in it, so you can take your shoes off and stick your feet in the sand.
okay.
You see what I mean?
Especially if you're from Maine, right? So there's not a
Yeah.
whole lot of sand in Maine, right?
No, a few places. But you see what I mean? When you attach those physical things and to make it sensory, so you're seeing it, you're smelling it, you're tasting it, you're touching it, and have it around you and have those things. Even put like the air freshener that's in your car too that smells like that. And all of those things, because that's going to help you stay connected to that. That's your why you are doing this. And when you have that right in front of you all the time, have pictures and on your phone, on your computer, on your refrigerator, on your bathroom mirror.
Bottom line is you're saying do this. What's the bottom line? What you're saying is to make it simple for my audiences. Use your 5 senses. Smell, taste, feel, touch, eat. Pineapple for tropical. So now let me ask a couple of funny questions here. What are you doing? Obviously, what do you like to do? And now what are you doing during this Corona thing? What's making you not going crazy during this crazy times?
I myself find, well, I'll start with before I get out of bed every morning, I lay there and I think of something that I am thankful for myself. I do that anyway every day. So before I even get out of bed, I think of something that I'm thankful for. And so like this morning, I was thankful that my daughter is actually, she's having a baby soon. Like she can be calling me anytime, right? So right now I'm thankful that I will still be able to go to my daughter's house and stay there with my grandson while her husband takes her to the hospital. Okay. So I'm thankful that I can get over there, you know what I mean? That I can go there and be there for them through this. So again, before I even get out of bed, I say what I'm thankful for, and then I get up and I start my routine and I try to put myself, whether it be, I like to do Tai Chi for people that are like 50 years and older.
Hey, can I ask you, Crazy? I'm one of those 50 plusers. What is Tai Chi?
Tai Chi is you're moving slowly in certain motions.
Is that when I saw the Chinese? I was watching Amazing Race when they were in China and people.
Yes. Exactly. And
slow motion camera.
Right, exactly. And it is, and it's graceful, but it's also you're kind of getting some stretching. But for people who are 50 and older, it helps with flexibility and balance.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, starting the day with a getting off to a positive mindset, because your mindset is huge. It's huge. So having that positive mindset.
Can I ask you a question? With this work, what I do every day, it sounds crazy, and if you're a police, please don't stop me. When I'm driving, I watch. Well, I'm listening more than I watch. I always have cool YouTube stuff on, usually prayers from whoever I like to listen to, right? So what you're saying is part of getting your goals is don't get in did I read this right? Don't get into a negative thought. And in the morning, find YouTube, podcast, music, or something to say, yes, I'm going to kick some butt, baby.
Exactly. So I also, another thing that I do myself is I have a mantra that I say to myself. Now, you've heard of affirmations and positive affirmations. Okay. I actually do the I am. And what I mean by that is, okay, let's just say, give me a positive word, just a positive word.
Oh, to me, show me
Yeah.
the money. That's not nice. This
Okay.
is a business.
Well, but just okay.
Sorry.
So what
Be happy.
in your okay. So just if say the word happy. Say the word happy.
Happy.
Okay.
Happy.
Now add I am in front of it.
I am happy.
Now there's a difference when you add the I am in front of it. So what I have done is I have taken all the letters of the alphabet and I have put I am, and then I choose 3 words of each letter. So I have right here, and I will share this with you. So this is my little cheat sheet that I use every day. I have it on my computer too. So I went through the whole alphabet. So I am articulating. I am articulating. I am activating. I am achieving. So I went through, I am bold. I am brilliant. I am beautiful. I have gone through this for myself and wrote down, I found 3 words for each letter of the alphabet that I can look in the mirror and say to myself every day. Where it gets tricky though is down in your X, Y, and Z. So then you got to get a little crazy with what you're doing.
By the way,
but
you have words.
Doing this.
Can I ask you a crazy question when you said that? What are the words I am, X, Y, and Z would you use?
Okay, for me, I am exuberant.
Okay.
See, I told you, I got a little, okay. And I am ecstatic. And I am exploring the possibilities.
Ooh.
Okay, so that was my facts.
And one more crazy one. How about, I'm trying to think of, sorry, Patty, I'm trying to, not mess you up, I'm trying to find creativeness, some of the crazy letters, you know.
Okay. Give me another one.
Wait, I got to go through the alphabet because I'm trying to think. I know X, Y, and Z, but I'm trying to think of another crazy letter. I got to go through. Hold on, let me think.
Yeah. So don't ask me Z. I haven't got that figured out yet.
Okay. One more thing before we get going, because my team is like waving their hands that I got calls to do before I go home. First of all, thank you for joining us. She's got the amazing gifts that she'll put in below if you're watching here. And she'll say it loud because this is also going to be on podcast and YouTube and Facebook and wherever else we put on the platform. What would be, real quick before we end this, what would be like the parting words you want to tell the people today in today's crazy times?
Right now, more compared to any other time in history that I have ever heard of, we are, as a world, as a global people, we are all on the same playing field.
Oh, yeah.
None of us know when this is over. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but none of us know when we go out that end of that tunnel what we're going back out into, how different the world is going to be. Every single one of us are on that same playing field. So what I'm saying now is prepare, start looking yourself, find out who, do some time thinking about who you are and where and what you want to be, and start putting together plans to get there now.
So basically, before we go, you're saying we're the first time in history, or at least modern history, we'll all get our one-time do-over in life. We're all starting at ground zero and starting over. Well, thank you, Miss Patty. It was enjoyable talking to you. Like I said, you're always just one step away, and even in today's crazy times, you're just one step away from meeting amazing people.
That is
so-
so true.
So thank you for Patty. Remember, sharing is caring. So if you're watching this on any of the channels which you're going to be on, I want to show some of my cool stuff. See, this is what I got made. Remember, if you love this show, like I said, share it. We're here on all the time. And I guess this is a wrap. So thank you guys. And I'll talk to you soon. And follow by the way, Miss Patty, where can they follow you on Facebook and Instagram and all the other good stuff?
I get confused on what's the at in this, but if they go to my website, patriciajoe.grover.com, and I'll put it below. But if they go there, the links to all my social media are right there. I have a YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, everything is there.
Okay, guys, this is a wrap. I got to go back to work. Thank you. Talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye. How do I, hold on.